So the whole project started when I was approached by Bugatti, and I saw this opportunity where classic cars from the past, they aren't making any more, obviously, and they've become so expensive that people don't want to drive them, and they get hidden away in garages, and these beautiful shapes from the past, just no one gets to see them anymore. They're so expensive that if you drive them, you put mileage on them, you lose all this value, and people are worried about that. So what we wanted to do is try and bring these beautiful cars from the past and bring them to a new audience, to try and get them out there into the public and make it fun as well. I think a lot of petrol heads and car enthusiasts are anti electric vehicles, and I think we all know that electric vehicles are coming whether we like it or not. And what we wanted to do is show that electric vehicles can be fun, and they can look beautiful, and they can be fun, and the whole family can enjoy them. So we've got this vision about parents and grandparents teaching their kids and grandkids how to drive in these beautiful little cars. The team essentially are the most important part of this. You can get anybody to do my job, that's the easy bit. Putting my team together who design it, who kind of come up with the clever solutions, they are the most important part of the business. And I went out to try and find an experienced team, but with a nice mix of personalities and of backgrounds. So, for example, my engineering director is the ex-chief engineer of a company called Ariel Sports Cars in the UK, who make a very, very fast sort of space frame car. I've got my team come from Aston Martin, they come from Jaguar Land Rover, they come from Radical Sports Cars, they come from McLaren. My special projects lead is the ex-Young Engineer of the Year. And so we've built this team not from one place, just from lots and lots of different experiences that they can all bring together at the same time. And I think that's where the real value is. And I'm very protective over them. They're superb engineers, and they've produced these two incredible cars, these stunning cars, and we've got more to come after that. At the moment we're selling worldwide, and we already have some clients in India. So hopefully you'll see some cars coming along. As a company, what we would like to move into other electric vehicles, potentially road legal vehicles. We do know that some of our clients are making their cars road legal, but I would like to look at making a sort of more practical road legal electric vehicle. Partly inspired by the fact that I travelled across India a few years ago in a motor rickshaw during monsoon season, which was an incredible experience, and it's an amazing country. And I was inspired by the motor rickshaws and the simplicity and the robustness of the vehicle. And I'd love to do something road legal like that as well. I think we're all very, very excited about the new James Bond movie coming out. Our car has one gadget in it. But it's not a James Bond gadget. We have a hidden switch which allows you to activate what we call the vantage mode. So there's a hidden switch, and it looks like a missile switch within the car. There's no photos of it yet, but if you flick that switch, the missile switch, it then doubles the power that you get from the car and increases the top speed. So it goes from being quite a sort of tame, gentle driver, and if you find the missile switch, flick that, it suddenly goes to full power mode, and the rear wheels spin, and it's a lot of fun. I don't sadly think we'll see our cars in a James Bond movie yet. I think they're more designed for the families rather than for secret agents. Biggest hurdle was that we agreed. We spoke to Bugatti a few months before the Geneva Motor Show, but we only signed the agreement with them 22 days before the show. And so I thought, well, we'll announce it with a big picture and or a render or a kind of something to do with cover the light. Unfortunately, they said, no, we would like a car to put on the stand. And I was like, it's 22 days away. So we managed to 3D print a model car, and it had about 50, 60 pieces. And I was putting it together on the Bugatti stand the night before the show started. So I think I finished at 4 a.m. and the stand was being signed off at 8 a.m. the next day. And so that was a huge challenge. That was trying to build something from a blank sheet of paper. The first one was where I saw the car for the first time. So we were putting it together, and I'd seen all the components and the bodywork, but when it had been assembled the first time, and I just stood there, and I stood there for 5 minutes. It was beautiful. It was incredible. It looked amazing. And it was this beautiful object that we as a team had created from a blank sheet of paper. And I think we did it in about 5 months, which is usually development times for cars are 2 to 5 years, but we did it in 5 months and got this first prototype together. The second one, which was even more fun, was the first time I drove it. So what is quite hard to explain is that, Bugatti have got the fastest production car in the world. They did over 300 miles an hour with their test driver, Andy Wallace, last year in a Bugatti Chiron. So we had to make the car fun and fast, because that's what the Bugatti brand stands for. And we have, and the car itself is very, very, very fun. It's very, people see it and they get in and think, oh yeah, it's a toy. It's definitely not a toy. It accelerates quicker than most road cars. At top speed isn't that high, but then again, you're quite exposed to the elements. But as a car, it's incredibly fun to drive. So that moment I first got in the car and drove it at the test track, it was amazing. So the dream car I really, really, really wanted to do, we're actually going to do. So I'll be giving away what it is. That's quite tricky actually. I must admit the one of the next models we're doing is a passion project for me, and a car I just can't wait to start on. And the level of detail we're going to go with this one is going to be far more than we've had the chance to do before. So it's going to be a bit special. We are making another announcement by the end of the year, and we're going to be making, and that's quite fun, that one. We're making another announcement early in 2021 for our next model. So they are very excited. They are amazing, amazing cars. We're very, very excited about them, but I can't unfortunately tell you what they are yet.